What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we are finally working on the RX7-FC. As you can see, we have been doing some sanding and primering of the body kit. This was like a long process, not fun. My hair's gone completely grey from doing it. I don't like bodywork. I like painting, but I don't like bodywork. But it's nearly all fixed now. The only thing we've got left to do is fill this and this wing. I put fiberglass on it. I just need to cut it out, smooth it all off and fill it. This one is all smoothed off now, and the roof as well, just needs sanding a bit, but she's getting there. But as you can see, there is still no engine in there. So today I'm going to be revealing the engine that's going in, and it's quite different from what I originally planned on doing. So originally I was going to RB25 this, which I have down there, but it's just going to be too expensive. And then I changed my mind. Then I was going to do an RX8 engine, and then this other car popped up cheap that was going to get scrapped. So I bought the car, took the engine out, and are you ready? Ta-da! Something a little bit different. We have got a 4.3 litre Mercedes V8. It is a M113. It's a non-supercharged. I would like to put a supercharger on, but they're like 1,200 quid. So it's probably going to stay an A. We'll be making some nice headers for it to make it sound nice. And of course, this came originally with an auto gearbox. But after many forums and videos later, I found a manual gearbox that should fit. And that is this. This is from a Chrysler Crossfire 3.2 V6. It's actually made by Mercedes though. Where is it? I'm pretty sure. Well, anyway, somewhere there is some Mercedes logos on it. I don't know. But yeah, it's weird. It's got internal slave, which I've never dealt with before, so it should be interesting. But apparently this is the same bolt pattern as the V8. I think they also came in SLK 320s or something like that. That V8 is out of an SLK, I think it was like 2000 or 2001, something like that. So I stripped everything off of the Merc, prop shaft, everything. And the prop shaft actually bolts up to that, so which is pretty nice. Obviously, I'm going to have to adjust all the mechanism, like chop it and lengthen it or shorten it, whatever. We'll see. But the RX has a massive engine bay, so I don't think we're going to have a problem fitting it. The only issue is that is a front sump, and the RX requires a rear sump. So either I'm going to have to modify the sump, convert it to a rear, which there is no aftermarket one, so I'm going to have to do it myself, or I'm going to chop the subframe out and remake a complete subframe. I don't know yet. I'm not sure. But today I'm going to take the engine off the engine stand and check that the manual gearbox actually fits before I go any further. I mean, it should do, but well, I don't know. Let's give it a go first. Off the Max, I've got all the ECU wiring, stuff like that. I even kept all of the little badges and stuff, so I was thinking it'd be quite funny to fit some of them. Play these bands. Yeah. So there we go. She bolts up lovely. She is now officially manual swapped. I haven't actually put the bolts in, but they all do line up. I just wanted to double check that it fit before I went any further, basically, but it is looking good. This thing is heavy. Maneuvering it around and everything's a nightmare, but yeah. Now I'm going to take some measurements and see where it's going to land in the car. All right, so got a little bit carried away, mate. We ended up fitting the engine in. It's got the gearbox on as well. I mean, there's plenty of room for it. Like, there's plenty of room on the sides and everything. The only issue is the subframe. So I took the subframe out because obviously I knew it weren't going to work. But The engine's literally standing on wood at the moment. If you look where the tie rod would go there, it's like directly into the sump. It's like the subframe's not a problem. I can make subframe, it's not an issue. It's just the steering rack needs to be sort of where that sump is, really. So I don't know what to do. I think I'm gonna have to make a complete custom rear sump for this engine. That's what I was like least hoping to have to do, but it's gonna have to happen because yeah, there's if I put the rack right at the front, it's gonna be miles away from the pickup points. Like it would literally be like here, and there's the pickup point. So yes, the only other option is to convert it to like a S13 or S14 knuckles and subframe, because then it's like a rear rack, and that would probably work, but that just sounds expensive. I'd have to get the subframe, steering rack, knuckles, arms. It would just be probably a couple grand just to get all the bits. So I think I'm gonna have to just take that sump off and make a complete custom one that's a rear sump, basically. Just make it out of alley. Should be all right. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, looks pretty cool. V8 FC, mate, with a Mercedes engines. I bet that's never been done before. I can actually probably confidently say that's never been done before. I mean, I don't know, but I'm assuming. The headers are hitting there, but I'm going to make some headers anyway because there's loads of room, so I can just go down there and along. The gearbox got loads of room in the tunnel. You can fit your whole hand above it. The engine is about as far back as I can go at the moment. It's literally touching there, so I'd probably come forwards a smidge, to be honest. The only other option is I could have the engine, because I've got loads of room here, I could have the engine right up to here, but it's going to be really front heavy then. That won't be very nice. It needs to be where it is, really. So yes, that's going to be fun. Alright, so I decided to put the engine cover on. It actually looks proper sick, to be fair. Like, it looks like it's got a big V12 or something in there. It is still big V8, but it's pretty sick, mate. Look at that. Oh yeah. But yeah, I'm going to take the engine back out now because I'm going to start, basically I'm going to do a full strip down of the engine. I wouldn't say full, I'm not going full strip down, but I'm just going to change all the gaskets and stuff like that and delete everything to do with the automatic gearbox because there's loads of cooling lines that go off to the gearbox. And then I'm going to flip it upside down and try and make a sump for this. So that should be interesting. I've never made a sump before, but give it a go. But yeah, let's have the fun of trying to get this back out again because it is very heavy. Right, so I didn't actually video anything else after that for some reason. God knows why. But I have come up with a solution and I've actually got all the parts. And technically when you're watching this video, I've already put the engine back in with what I've done and it works. So keep an eye out for the next video because it's quite exciting. But yeah, it's quite cool. Mercedes V8 in an RX-7, something different. There was lots of other options I could have done. I even thought about an MX-5 engine, like fully forged with turbo and stuff, which would be kind of cool. But I just thought I'd do something different that no one's done. And yeah, I've always wanted a V8. I've never actually owned a V8, so they sound amazing. And I'm going to try and make some nice headers and hopefully get it to sound nice. I'll do a lightweight flywheel and stuff like that, so it revs nice. They're not crazy powerful. I think these V8s have about 300 odd horsepower, something like that. It's not mad, but the FC is quite a light chassis anyway, so it should still be fun, I think. But yeah, I've done a lot of progress on the RX-7 now, so stay tuned for that. I don't know if the next video will be the RX-7 or something else that's quite exciting as well. But make sure you subscribe as well, and I will see you in the next video.